Got another question from one of our buddies who's 24 years old, right around that particular age where you're kind of kicked in your ass to become a man. I usually say 23, but anywhere between 21 and 25, there's this call to action, call to adventure, if you will, if you study the hero's journey. That happens, I think, at around 14 and then again around 24, 23. But anyway, the story is very typical of my man, and you know who you are. Your initials are BD. He knows who he is, and I don't want to make light of your situation and not have you feel as if it is potent and important, because I know it is. It's very important to you. Thing is that it reads just like so many other that I've read. Long story short, he broke his wrist. He healed, so he stopped going to the gym when he broke his wrist, so that's out the question. And so slowly over the past year or so, he's been losing friends. His girlfriend just dumped him 2 weeks ago. Every situation is bad. School's bad, work's bad, the whole fucking world is crumbling down on you. What do I do? Well, I'm gonna give you, the same advice that I've given multiple people through these videos. And I think the reason why I keep answering the same fucking questions is because of just how critically important it is to get this message through all of your minds, through every man or becoming man's mind. That there comes a point when you've got to throw yourself off the cliff and learn how to fly. Not so much for what you're going to get when you risk yourself in that particular way, and of course I'm using metaphors, but bear with me. Not because of what you're going to get, but because of who you're going to become. When eagles are teaching their babies how to fly, I've learned this from watching National Geographic, when the mama eagle is teaching her baby how to fly, what she does is she pushes the bird out of the nest, and the bird just plummets until it the wind kind of catches under the wings, and if it's lucky enough, it starts flying, and then the mama bird comes down and they fly together. If the wings don't open up, the baby's, that's it. Means you're just not ready to survive in this fucking world, right? The nature of man isn't very different. If you can't figure it out, you're kind of just wasting oxygen and space here. Because you're gonna have to come back and do it all over again. Eventually you're gonna have to learn how to fucking fly. But we all end up in these situations where the world has made it so cozy for us that we never have to become a man, and we never have to become an eagle that can fly. Right? Because if the mama just starts giving you, the mama eagle says you can stay in the nest and I'll keep bringing you food, even though you're growing, you're getting bigger and bigger, you're becoming a physical man of an eagle, but the mama's gonna keep feeding you. But then there's no need for you to go and learn how to fly. You don't develop the wings of virtue that a man needs in order to be self-sustaining, self-reliant in the world. And in the same way, I wanted to make this point, in the same way that the mama kicks the bird out of the bush, out of the nest, it's not because the bird needs to feed itself. It's not because the bird needs to learn how to build nest. It's not for the bird to be stable and safe in the world. She pushes the bird out so the bird becomes something else. The bird goes from being a little impotent thing to something that can sustain itself. It can take care of itself. It's not about the thing that the bird's becoming, that the eagle's becoming. It's about who the bird is becoming, right? It's not about what the bird gets. The bird gets a good fucking job, or a degree, a good-looking girlfriend, a nice car, and a nice neighborhood. None of that matters. Of course, birds don't give a shit about that stuff, but it's not about the worms that the bird's gonna eat. It's about the fact that now the bird has wings, so mama's good. Mama could die right now because the bird could fly. Right? How many 24-year-olds live at home with their parents? I empathize with you because I know that it's not your fault. No one's posed a lot of these ideas to you. No one's shared these ideas with you. But I do grow angry. I feel ill towards you because it's a perversion. It's disgusting. You're a fucking man. all right? And you're all depressed now because you haven't exerted yourself like a man. You get all the things you fucking need, but the world crumbles down around you because a part of you knows that this is a fucking sham. It's a big show. The Hindus call it the Maya, and we're very personally attached to it. And if you're attached to the show and you have no wings, you have no tools to stand on your own 2 feet, then, you're a loser. And you're sensing that. That's why about this age you start realizing, like, am I going to be a loser and deny myself in my heart the growth that it's necessary for my personal evolution, for me to become the strongest version of myself? Or am I going to pretend like that shit ain't there? I'm just going to get a job, I'm going to do what I'm told. But that catches up with you eventually. They call that midlife crisis. So you're having a crisis right now that if you don't deal with, you'll be 50. The only problem is when you're 50, you're weaker. You're less courageous because you got 25 years of fake stability under your belt, right? Until the Wall Street crashes, right? Until the housing market crashes. The shit is gonna catch up with you anyway. No wonder it happened to this generation at this particular time. That generation that lost all its savings in the stock market in '08. You're not gonna like me saying this, some of you older guys, but you're a bunch of fucking pussies. The banks raised you. And then it was taken away, and you all cried. And so many people committed suicide during the crash of '08. Because you built your castle with sand. I'm teaching you how to build it on a bedrock. And that means your character comes before your stability, comes before what you gain in life, what you get. And you, my friend, if you want to get out of this depression, just think about this. Do you think that bird dropping from its nest towards the ground, plummeting at a fast rate, has time for depression? No. There's no time for depression. There's only time to figure this shit out and grow some wings. You need to jump off of a cliff. You need to create your own circumstances. I don't know what it is. I've given you guys different examples of things that these are just my examples, but there's so many of them. Go and be a mercenary of some sort. I don't fucking know. Go to Haiti. Go to the poorest country in the world. And work to help children there, or put food in people's mouths, or construct buildings, right? Of course you might get killed, right? Somebody might come with a machete and take your fucking head. But that's an experience, that's life, That's life. Stop trying to be so fucking safe all the time. Go out there and do something dangerous that forces you to become a grown man. You can't think about it, you can't read books about it, you can't listen to me all fucking day about it. You gotta go and do something. I don't know what it is. Maybe your heart knows what it is and you just need to get in touch with that. But go and fucking do it, and you'll have no time for depression, only growth.